having me. Tonight, I'm not going to talk about physics. I'm going to talk about paths we choose in life and the passions and compulsions that influence those choices. I'll begin by talking about myself, not because I'm so interesting, but because part of education is learning from other people's experiences. Moreover, I suspect that many of you will find parallels in your own experiences, so I'm talking about you as well. When I was little, there were activities that I really loved to do and did whenever I could. I loved to tinker with things, build them, take them apart, figure out what made them go. Give me a broken clock and some tools, and I'd be happy for hours. I was like a dog with a bone. I also pored over books and magazines about science and math and worked on logic puzzles of every sort. I accumulated a treasure trove of great stuff, much of it rescued from the trash. And by 6th grade, I had a chemistry set to die for, literally. And a year later, you can't get this stuff anymore. I had the good stuff. A year later, I'd electrified our basement with 12-inch sparks. In short, I discovered passions, things that I like to do more than anything else. You may have had such early passions, if not for science, then perhaps for music, writing, sports, drawing, dancing, animals, or other people. We discover passions in our youth, and as we travel through life, prompted at times by our encounters with others, with life challenges, and with the vastly complicated world around us. While passions can be all-consuming when we're young, we have to share our time and attention when we get older. And the choices we make regarding our passions is one half of my agenda tonight. I also grew up in a household with very high expectations. The goals were always perfection. So being merely the best wasn't good enough. I was never perfect and I was rarely the best, but I spent my youth trying to live up to my father's unachievable expectations. Often, my failures stemmed from mismatches between what I wanted to do and what I was supposed to do. My heart wasn't in practicing the piano or trying to increase my reading speed or writing extra creative essays. I wanted to play with my stuff. I was also the oldest in a family where the oldest was always responsible. Whatever was going on, I had to ensure that my sisters were safe and secure. And needless to say, I often failed at that job too. My father meant well, he really did. But his behavior had unintended consequences. All those years of chasing impossible expectations and feeling responsible for everything planted some interesting seeds. They broke ground when I was about your age. And they reached full bloom about a decade later. By then, I was a driven person.